gum chewing. Unpopular opinions. We haven't done an unpopular opinions in a little bit, but we're gonna do one today. They're in my notes. So these are my unpopular opinions, but I also have I'm on a Reddit thread of unpopular opinions, but I'll keep those separate because I like to see other people's unpopular opinions too. I too like to indulge in other people's unpopular opinions and often agree with them. Sometimes I don't. I always preface these videos by saying these are just mine based on my experience in life. Everybody has different experiences in life. No big deal. No big deal. If you disagree, it's fine. We don't need to like hash it out or anything. You just have your own more popular opinion. Go you. All right. Let's pop some gum in my mouth. And we gotta do some channel maintenance, some channel hygiene. If you're new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back. Oh, geez. If you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you're old here, go double check. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like if you like. Leave a comment. It can be anything related to the video, or it can just be a hello, a few emojis, whatever, as long as it's cool, respectful. Hit the notification bell, and as always, I will link my tip jars down yonder in the description box. No pressure whatsoever, but it's there. And every $1, $2, $5 is very much appreciated, and that is what allows me to continue to make content. You're invited to my Patreon, link down below. I know not everybody can come, but you can't say you weren't invited. All my other links are down below. Links for custom videos, emails, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know how long I'm going to keep TikTok for. I really don't go on there much anymore, and I'm kind of feeling the pull to get rid of some of my platforms. Never this, never that. Okay. First one. If you have this pull, I'm just going to give you an example, right? Because I do rover, I do dog sitting. But I've done other things in this life. There are people on these apps or in any industry that will say, well, I don't price myself very high because I do it for fun. I do it because I love animals, or I do it because we don't need money. That's a big one. I do this because we don't need money. I'm just doing this for fun. This is just my little hobby. You need to volunteer because what you are doing by pricing yourself for fun is driving the whole market down. So let's just say a dog walk costs $20, and that's like a half-hour dog walk is going to take you an hour. You're going to have to let yourself into somebody's house, which is kind of risky. Around somebody's dog, kind of risky. And then you're going to be you're going to do some physical labor, 30-minute walk. The drive there and the drive back, it's going to take you, depending on your area, traffic, you're probably putting in about an hour on this. It's a mobile service, which is why you do account for driving time. I think you should count for driving time for your regular work too, like your office job. Like, I wish. But mobile services, mobile notary, you have to account for your drive time, okay? Because that's half your day. Half your day's in the car. So say that $20 is about what you want, 18, 20, 22, it just depends on your area. And then you got, we'll say Sally Mae over here, like, oh, I do it for 10. And she's getting all kinds of business. Great, but everybody's gonna, like, that just, nobody can profit. That's almost, you're in the negative. And Sally Mae's like, but I do it for fun. But I can do whatever I want to do. I like to do this. My husband makes enough money. Something like that. All this stuff. Then volunteer. I love animals so much. Then volunteer. Foster. Volunteer to shelter. Heck, volunteer dog walks. For friends and family and on Facebook pages and stuff like that. Do it. But don't do it in the market that's designed to help people get an income. Does that make sense? But it's not just for gig apps either, because, like, let's say substitute teaching. All right. Some of you are going to be so appalled, and some of you might know this. There are districts that pay for a full day of work $65 for you to go in and watch like up to 90 kids off and on, like different classes. $65. And there are, because I'm on some of the forums for substitute teaching, just because I'm qualified, there are women that are like, well, I'm not doing it for the money. I do it because, or we don't need, I hate the comment, we don't need the money. It's a weird thing to say. It is a job. There are other things you can do besides, like, stop filling these jobs for $65 a day. They need to pay you more. You're arriving at 7:30 a.m. You're getting out of there at 4 p.m. or something. Like, I don't think there's anywhere in this country that $65 is going to cover that, like, after your gas and your lunch. What if you had to put a kid in daycare? So there are other ways to fill that void if you don't need to work, if you don't need the money, or if you have a calling to something, than to drive the market down. Yeah, I think I made my point. I think I got it across. Volunteering is so fulfilling. I can't do volunteering on a regular basis, and I wish that I could. But I got the toddler. I can't even be the member of the community that I want to be right now. Because this particular toddler really do be taking up all my time. But I've done some volunteer opportunities in the past, and I am doing one. I don't know which one yet. But me and my friend already, like, pinky swore. Not in real life, but we're like, okay, we are doing a holiday volunteer. If everybody did like a holiday volunteer, maybe that's my other unpopular opinion. If everybody could just throw in 4 hours a couple times a year, the world would be a better place. So yes, do some unpaid work, but not at the expense of driving a whole market down. There are also districts that pay $250 a day for substitute teaching, which is crazy. Not around here. We're on the lower end, which doesn't surprise me. Still got my Halloween cup out. Oh, this drives me crazy. So, I'm a YouTube nut. I'm on YouTube. YouTube's almost always on my TV. Unless me and my husband are sitting down, or me and my kids are sitting down to watch something together, YouTube's on the TV. I also use YouTube to learn about a lot of stuff. I do not think that you should overlap music with tutorials. So as somebody's telling you, like say I have an issue with my phone and I'm like, oh, how do I, because I'm a phone idiot, I'm a tech idiot. How do I do this? How do I clear the cache on this or something? And I'm watching a tutorial and somebody's talking, but there's also loud music with that tutorial. I can't do it. I cannot even understand what the person is saying. Like, by music, I mean like background music. Some tutorials have really loud background music, and I can't do it. I know I'm not the only one because there's a couple times where I was looking at comments, and there were some comments like, dude, you gotta turn the music down while you're trying to tell me something. It might be okay if you're just chatting. I don't like music overlapping chatting either. So it's like really far in the background and really like soft. But when you're trying to learn something, I think it's a headache. It's a headache waiting to happen. So play your little intro music. Do your tutorial, do your step-by-steps. You can play a little exit music or something, but music while you're teaching something, it's just not meshing. Okay. What do I have next in my little bag of unpopular opinions? Oh, this is kind of in the same vein. When you are messaging somebody for a service, hair, nails, makeup, dog sitting, anything, especially small businesses, it is completely out of line to ask why they charge that much, or a breakdown, or okay, let's just do an example. I call a lady or a gentleman or anybody. I'm like, how much do you charge for a haircut? And they say $60. Okay, in my head, I might know that Walmart has $25 cuts, right? Here nor there, I called this person and asked for their prices. $60. Okay, thank you. If I can't afford it, okay, thank you. Thank you for your time, or thank you, I'll call you back, or whatever it may be. But that's it. That is their price for a haircut. I don't get to ask a lot of questions about why they charge more than Walmart does. I am pretty sure they charge that because they have their own reasons. They are renting their own chair, they are renting their own suite, the products that they use, whatever, it doesn't matter. If I can't afford it, that's on me to go find somewhere else. It's not up for discussion between me and haircut person. Ever. I just can't believe people have the audacity to further that conversation. If it's not something you can afford, that's okay. Doesn't mean they should be charging less, or that you should talk. A huge red flag. And I cannot believe people do this. Is for like this person, me, the querent, to start throwing out weird, most likely lies, but even if they're the truth, it shouldn't. Like, well, my husband just lost his job, and like all these, other like life things to try to get the person to come down on their rate or to feel sorry for you. No. First of all, it's so tacky. Second of all, that person has to pay their own bills. their bills getting paid should not be affected by what's going on in your life. Also, a lot of these services are luxuries. They're not water, food, so just don't get a haircut that day, that month. Or go to the cheapest place. Go to the Walmart, go to the Cost Cutters, go to Saver Sam's or whatever they call them. Like, just go find the cheapest one and get her done. I don't get it. It is so bizarre to me. I could do a whole video on where you'll get a lot of these is Facebook Marketplace. I am appalled every single time that I have to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. I have had some of the strangest, weirdest, most audacious, bizarre conversations. Anymore, I used to be like, oh no, sorry, no. I'll be like, why would you tell me that? Yesterday, what was I selling? Oh, I had to get a card box that lit up for my reception. It's just a frosted glass card box with lights in it. It was either that or the garbage can I was selling. I had an IKEA garbage, a foot pedal garbage can I was selling. I can't remember which one it was. Both of them were $10. And this lady messaged me. And she said, is this still available? That's usually the first. It's in an automated, ask if it's an automated thing. So there's no real she didn't have to form words. It just said, is this available? Yes. My automated response back that I can just click on is, yes, would you like to come pick up? Or yes, are you still interested? It says something like that. And then a little time went by, maybe a couple hours. At 4 o'clock, it said, yes, where are you located? Or something? Or yes, where are you? Something like that. And 18 minutes later, she typed a whole string of question marks because I hadn't responded to her. Even though it took her a few hours to get back to me there first, 18 minutes later, she left a string of question marks. So I typed back, why would you type a string of question marks? And then I typed a string of question marks. And then I blocked her. We're not doing this. That's zero tact. I don't need the money. I don't need that $10 bad enough to deal with that. I don't. It can go to somebody that just knows how to interact with people on the most basic level. I'm not, and I used to be like, whatever, no, I'm not going to make that sale. I'm not going to I feel like it's enabling at this point to be a people pleaser and not be like, that was inappropriate. That was weird. So from now on, when something's very weird, I'm going to just be like, I'm going to use my judgment as an older person that's been through a lot. I've been tacky before, but I'm going and just say, I don't think that was okay. I don't think that was appropriate. I think that was weird, or that was rude, or what are you talking about? That's the new me. I'm getting out of people pleaser mode. That's what the black button's for anyways. Okay. But yeah, I should do a whole video on some of my experiences with selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. That was just yesterday. It's literally weird stories every time I declutter. Unpopular opinion. And I don't even know what the solution is to this because it is it's a really slippery slope. But there should be some kind of process for checking people out that a bunch of people, like a petition or something, feel like that this person, said person, has the potential to commit a rage crime. Like this person is spinning out on their social media. This person is buying equipment that could be dangerous to others. You're finding, journals and diaries or plans, and kind of like when we're talking about school stuff, that bad stuff that happens at schools. And often, until you find a plan, you can't do anything about it. Like, watch, we need to talk about Kevin, kind of stuff like that. But there are adults that do this stuff too. There was just that grandpa that a teenager threw his door. Remember, the teenager knocked on the wrong door to pick up his little brother, and he shot through the door. And his whole family came out to say, like, we pretty much knew something like this was going to happen. He was getting weirder and weirder and saying very weird stuff. There's nothing you can do. And I get how slippery of a slope that is, because we should be able to rant but there's just got to be something for when you start getting really concerned. And I don't know what that something is. I'm just saying we got to come up with something. Because some people are getting some people, their screws are coming out, and you feel like it's a ticking time bomb. Obviously, you can't, like, arrest this person, but maybe you can, like, maybe somebody can recommend therapy. Maybe you could petition for therapy for, I don't know. All right, we'll do one more. I just keep a running list. I think of these every so often. Okay. Have you ever seen the show Catfish? My unpopular opinion is that both parties are to blame. Yes, the perpetrator is almost criminal, right? If you don't know what catfish is, it's where catfishing is where somebody pretends to be somebody they're not. Either they pretend they have a life that they don't have, or that they look different than they look. They use fake pictures, and they start chatting with people on social media. This has been around since probably like AOL chat rooms. And then for years and years and years, the other person, the unknowing party, doesn't know the real person. They might even be talking to somebody that looks completely different, or is a different age, or whatever. Or somebody they think like has some kind of life that they don't even have. And usually they live across the country. All right, so the person on the receiving end, like say I'm the one that got catfished. How am I going to sit there and talk to somebody for 5 years and never have a video chat? And never really check out somebody's credentials? And these people that have been catfished are like in love. They're like, that's my boyfriend. That's my girlfriend. And here, this person's like married and 30 years older. And it's just not even, the person wasn't real. It was an acting thing. They were using fake pictures. They had a different life. But if I got sold that dream for years on end, I think I need just as much therapy, life coaching, self-help, almost just as much as the person that was telling me this stuff, and I just kept going for it. These people will set up meetings and get ghosted. They'll fly. they'll fly to their boyfriend's town and get ghosted and fly back. I guess they're just mad at them for a little while, and then they start talking again. Like, this makes no sense to me. If you are talking to somebody online and starting to take it serious, video chat. Video chat. I want to talk to you when you're around your friends. Like, I need to see this, that you are who you say you are. I need you to video chat from your job that you say you have. Like, I need to make sure that you are who you say you are. And it's almost like a game for the catfisher. Something's cuckoo, but they, how do people have this much time in the day? All day to be keeping up a facade. All day, every day. You're in act, like you are really that is the true method acting. That is the real, you got caught up in method acting and you are not getting out. Okay, those are my unpopular opinions for today. I'll probably do a Reddit thread of unpopular opinions soon. But those are my unpopular opinions for today. And I'll keep this list going. But if you're still watching, thank you very much. YouTube loves that shit. I hope that you have